Previously on Continental Driving Guys.
MI6 has asked us to do a mission for them. They said get 2 cars and meet up in Calais to receive further instructions.
Once we arrived in Calais, we were given a package to deliver in the French Alps in return for some intel.
So we're buying intelligence for our government.
Once there, we were meant to do the swap with someone called the Bagman. But things didn't exactly go to plan.
He's walking over, so he's got his own briefcase. So that must be the intel. Right, he's gonna do the swap.
He's got them both. Let's get him.
Let's go.
So we gave chase to try and get the intel for MI6, but we lost him. We did figure out he might be in Nice though, so we drove south and then my car broke down.
I broke down, I snapped the belt, pulling away in first gear from McDonald's, and here's the belt.
There's bits of it down there.
Yeah, there's bits of the belt there.
The belt that snapped's quite important as it charges the battery, so we decided the best thing we could do is bodge a new one together using zip ties.
How long will that run for?
I don't know. We found out. It's gonna come up, isn't it?
Yeah.
That worked then, though, didn't it?
That worked. That did work.
But you are gonna, as soon as you put your foot down, does that spin faster?
Quite possibly. We're not mechanics. Can you tell?
So with our excellent knowledge of engines, we got back on the road and immediately broke down again. So we called in a favour with MI6 and they droned in a new belt. I promise that's what happened. And then we went back to the petrol station and got to work under the lights.
Get a wheel off, Chuck.
You know how you did this one, don't you?
No, you did it.
You got it off.
You got it off. I did the tension.
Yeah, that's I don't have a clue what's going on down there. Like,
but you did the fiddliness. And we have faith in ourselves as well, so we called recovery and there's a breakdown man on the way. I'm not even joking.
how good of a night is it for him though if he gets here and goes, we fixed it, lad?
Does he get paid though?
So we kept on working as a team, trying to get it done before the recovery guy turned up. And eventually...
I'm going to start it. Battery sign's gone. No battery symbol on the dash. We're mechanics.
And with that, it was my moment to feel like a real man.
Hello, I've called for a breakdown recovery and I've fixed the car myself.
Okay.
So I want to cancel the recovery.
Okay.
So we put the wheel back on and look who turned up.
Is this,
that him?
is this the recovery guy?
No way.
Hello.
We fixed it.
Come on, okay?
Yeah. Did I speak to you on the phone?
No.
No. Oh, I've called them and said we've done it.
What was this one? Snapped.
And so with Bert's clear explanation of what happened, I started it up for him to check. We got the international symbol for fixed. We thanked him
Okay.
and got back on the road.
Save you a
Thank
job.
you.
Nice and
Merci.
easy. Thank you. Merci. Thank you.
Have a good night. Oh, she's alive. Yes, we are back. I can't believe we did that. Me and Bert are not mechanically minded and we smashed that in about an hour, maybe even less. And the recovery guy or the repairman who came was made up. He looked at it and was like, yeah, good. I bet he's absolutely made up. He could just crack on with his evening now. He doesn't have to get on the floor in the cold like we did. And I'm made up. I feel like a proper man. Broke down and fixed it.
So we've just had our first proper breakdown. As you've probably just seen, Rob's auxiliary belt went. We just fixed it. He had a spare belt. We'd already bought a toolkit from Halfords. And we just fixed it somehow. He seemed quite confident that we could fix it. I don't know what I was saying there, but it was going to be good. I've completely lost it now, so that's a pretty building.
So clearly we were both very happy we'd actually managed to fix something, but it didn't last long.
Are we pushing? You might be wondering why my bonnet's up. I've broken down again. And we don't know what it is. The belt squealed loads, but then I lost loads of power and the belt shouldn't cause that to happen. So we're gonna go to sleep and then figure it out in the morning.
to try and save us losing any more time, I called for help as soon as I woke up. So I got recovered and went in the truck with him to a nearby garage, but Bert wasn't quite ready yet.
So, Rob's been recovered. He's on the back of a wagon. And I'm trying to find him again. We're in a little French town. And I think he's just up here. I don't know where he went. Uh-oh. I haven't even got my map on or anything around here. I hope so. Oh, fuck. He's fucking gone. That way. He went that way. We found him. Right. Visibility is good. Danger's low. No pedestrians. Subject's 200 metres ahead. We're catching him now. Just slowed by the speed bumps.
We both made it safely to the garage, but the news wasn't good.
Just got an update. Didn't we, Rob?
Yeah.
It's not the belt that we did. The belt's okay.
It's misfiring.
It's just running on 3 cylinders, not 4, he said.
We don't know why.
Very kind Frenchman. Tried to explain it in English to us, so very nice of him. He says he's going to try and fix it, so we'll see.
I'm just doing some research to see what I can find.
But it's not the belt, which is amazing, because that's what we did, we fixed that.
Well, why did it squeal though? It squealed
It did
coming off
squeal a
around the
little
motor,
bit.
then I lost power.
Mate, hopefully they've tightened it more than we tightened it. I don't know, but yeah, we're just going to find out now if they can fix it.
I hope it's not the head gasket again. I really do. So with the help of the garage, we knew the issue had to be spark plug related, but they closed for lunch. So we got MI6 to drop some off, and we got to work fitting them.
I'm literally shaking right now. This is the moment of truth. I'm actually scared. That's not right, is it?
I don't know.
No.
No.
Let's figure out another plan.
So we decided some new coil packs would fix it, but the parts shop, MI6 couldn't get us any until the next morning. So we decided to drive somewhere close by and set up camp for the night. Oh yeah, and the recovery people had decided we were no longer worth helping.
Wish us luck. I'm very worried. We have no help now, it's all on us. That's not good. Sounds like an old French car that you hear struggling up the hills. I do not want to limp at home like this. This is not nice. It's juddery. At least we've got some beautiful things to look at. This is well nice. We've just driven into an amazing little town. How nice is this town to break down in, man? It's beautiful. I don't want to rev. Steep hills. What can you do? Just going really slow. Doing 12 miles an hour in first gear. Hello. I just stalled and then bump started it coming down the hill. I've stalled again. It's not a happy engine this. I stalled again, my car's not happy. I'm not going to start it again. My door card's coming off. I think the bagman's got away from us now. Maybe with our evening and our maps and our brains, we could figure out where he might go next if my car gets fixed. Maybe.
So we got ourselves settled in and found some activities to do.
Are they seagulls?
There's a bird.
What are they?
There's a bird.
What birds are they?
I don't know. Is it a bird?
Yeah, it's a bird.
I thought it was a bird.
Realising we weren't very good at bird spotting, I found something more suitable to do.
That is a Kia Picanto. And it looks like a Tesco van, but they don't have Tesco here. There's a Mercedes E-Class here. Here's our camp. There's Bert. We're both real happy. No, we actually are. Isn't it really nice here?
It is quite nice, yeah.
It's incredible. We're having a lovely time. We've been here for a few hours and it's flown by.
It's not a bad view, that, like.
It's not a bad view at all.
So thanks to our superb little camper cars, breaking down was not as much of an issue as it could have been. And pretty soon, it was time to eat.
Welcome to Bert and Rob's Cooking Show. Today on the menu, we don't know. What is this? There's plastic between them.
Have you put plastic in there?
Yeah, grab it.
Has it got plastic on it?
Yeah, that's why it felt so strange. Yeah, this feels better. It's too thin though.
We need to slice the bread, man. Should have done
It's,
that
gonna,
first.
it's already cooked.
It's ready.
It's ready. My back hurts so much. I don't know if it's the car that's done it to me. I thought it was uncomfortable when we started, didn't I? And then it got more comfortable. I fell in love with it loads, and now I hate it. I don't want it anymore.
What?
I don't want it anymore.
You like it?
No. So we'll make camp here for the night, fix the car in the morning, and then hunt down the bag man.
See if we can still catch him.
Yeah, have you got any ideas?
No.
You don't eat them?
Yeah.
Got
you?
full off that bread. Bro, before my car broke down, I got us some stickers. You know, to try and celebrate how cool our cars are, how good they are.
Yeah.
Thought these would be really good. So we'll put them on our cars when we're done. Yeah,
When we're done, yeah. When we're done what?
with the food and teas and stuff.
Oh.
So we tidied up, had a cup of tea, and by the time we put our stickers on, it had gone quite dark.
No one's ever been this comfy in an MG cellar. Right, I had stuff charging off this all night. Let's see if it starts. Fair play, fair play. Hey, they're good batteries, aren't they?
So we set off to pick up the new parts for my car, and we realised our mistake from the night before.
Every single time he opens that, he opens it the wrong way. Twice it's happened. No more, Bert. No more.
I'm just learning where they all go.
You've learned where the bottom is now, haven't you?
So we got to work fitting the new parts, and if this doesn't fix it, we are absolutely screwed. We are over 1,000 miles from home, and we've got no help from the breakdown service anymore. So you have no idea how worried I was.
I'm shaking because I'm so nervous as to if this is going to work. If this doesn't fix it, we are screwed. Moment of truth. I'm actually like adrenaline and shaky, and I'm really scared. Please. Please work. It's not done, has it?
I don't think so, I don't know.
I think it's still missing. But I don't know. It might be alright. It seems weird. It's definitely not. It's not right. Well, that hasn't worked. I feel like crying. I honestly don't know what to do. I can feel it vibrating underneath me. It's not right at all.
So we've put all the new parts on. Didn't quite fix it. It's still misfiring. Something in the engine. Something's wrong. It's not right.
Yo, it's not right, but it feels better, you know.
Yeah. It's got a stronger spark, but they're still sorting up, isn't it?
Yeah. Screw it. I'm gonna finish this road trip.
But not before we pulled over to what must be one of the most scenic McDonald's in the world.
Just made friends with two French guys. They scanned our QR codes, which we now have on the car. Should have done that before we left, but I forgot. And subscribed and that. And Bert made friends with them, and he was saying about Champions League, wasn't he? And do your impression again.
I told him I was from Liverpool and he
No,
went...
do it in French.
No, let me explain it, lad. I told him I was from Liverpool and he went, "Ah, Liverpool, I am Marseille. Yes, you go see?" I was like, yeah. Oh wait, no, I didn't go and watch. Did you go and watch the match? I was like, did you go and watch the match? And he went, "Oh no, I go see Newcastle when they play Marseille. I go see Newcastle."
Are you
They were
as
nice, though.
entertained as I am?
They were nice guys.
They were proper nice guys. They were very interested in the cars. I think that's what attracted them.
They helped me get my hat.
They helped him get the right hat. Right, we're gonna crack on soon. We're just having a coffee, and we're gonna hit the road in the broken car. Wish us luck. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's so scary. Ready?
Yeah.
Wish us luck. So it begins. This weather's unreal.
The sun is shining, his sister on. It's a lovely little French town, that.
So while Bert was enjoying the scenery, I was trying to convince myself.
It's fine. It's just down on a bit of power. It's fine. Doesn't feel broken at all.
Because the breakdown had cost us an entire day, we never did make it to Nice. And shortly after we left McDonald's, we got a clue that sent us across to Italy instead.
He sent us a picture of himself. I know that place. That's the Colle del Nivolet.
Which
You
way
went
is
to
that?
it?
Which way is that?
That's up here.
Sweet.
So with that sorted, we headed northeast towards Italy, full of hope.
You can do it, old girl. Yeah, definitely down on power a lot.
Them mountains are absolutely stunning, lad.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's hard to be upset with my car when I've got this view.
The sun's shining and there's a view like that. It doesn't really matter where you're sitting.
Still on flat ground, things were going surprisingly well, and then we saw a lay-by and had to pull over and take in the view.
There's a big truck. He beeped. No, I was just filming him. He beeped at me.
Everyone's probably looking there, lad.
It looks like we're on a rally because we've got all the stickers on now. We're on a rally, even though, well, no, my car's broke, but that's what happens on a rally. This is the Rob Ball 3000. Right, let's hit the road again. What? It sounds like a car. Like a certain old classic, probably a 3-cylinder car.
As we got closer to Italy, the things we could see just got better and better.
Look at the colour of the water.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's so blue.
Wow. It's so pretty. All mountains everywhere as well.
With Bert's excellent description of the scenery, it's back to my car where I'd hit my first hill.
I'm gonna have to change to second. Oh my god, this isn't even one of the steep hills. It's building its speed up. We can do this. It's just gonna be slow.
Hopefully if we can get up hills like that, we should be okay. Even if we're just a bit slow, it's fine. It's all good.
Good job it's got first and second gear.
If only I knew how true those words would be.
It's getting really windy and stuff now.
Yeah, we seem to be going up.
Just to really prepare for this.
Hairpins and stuff you might struggle with.
I know, I'm gonna have to try and hold my speed. Wow, pull in here, pull in.
Let's go and look at the miner.
Look at that. There's a man.
It's a miner?
You left yours in gear.
Yeah.
He's got a whip. Who's he whipping? That's not good. This is bloody unbelievable, this is.
So while we were trying to figure out who the miner is, something really special came past.
There's a Touareg towing.
Towing a sick mate. It's an Audi. I thought that was a
He's
mate.
going to take the hairpin at speed.
His trailer looks tiny.
Right, so what way is he pointing? Is he pointing that way or is it the pickaxe pointing that way?
Pickaxe pointing up the hill, innit?
So it must be that way?
Yeah.
Right, we'll go that way. Are we nearly in Italy?
Italy's there.
Oh, cool.
If we can go down that road.
With Italy in our sights, we got back on the road, and Bert actually seemed quite proud of me for something.
Come on. Good car.
He's nailed the hill start there, hasn't he? It's a good sign, hopefully.
He just had to go and say it, didn't he?
Oh no. I've got a flashing check engine light.
I didn't get it.
I've got a flashing check engine light.
That's quite frustrating. You're nearly coming through, very nearly.
What does that mean? Does that just mean it's got the same issue it's always had and it's figured out it's got that issue now? Because it's driving the same? Or does it mean the engine's about to give up? I'm full of anxiety and stress right now.
This road's just amazing.
This wouldn't be the most ideal place to break down.
Like, it's actually incredible.
Try and keep the revs low.
So communications were down and I was all alone with my car, so it seemed like the perfect time to have a little pep talk.
Right, you and me, car, we're a team. Okay? I won't let you down if you don't let me down. We stick together. We see this through. I'll be as nice to you as I can be, but I'm not going to lie, we've got a long way to go and there's a lot of hills involved. So you're just going to have to do the best job you can. I believe in you. You've got us this far. It's a first gear corner, that. I heard a new noise then. Wasn't a nice noise. Is that any better?
Nearly, but no, I don't know what you're saying.
Check engine light on. Oh, it's gone.
I got it that time, that's not good.
It was flashing until now, it's just gone. It's fixed itself. Ah, it's back. It's back. I don't know what you said. There must be something interfering with us. What do you think? Was it a stupid idea to come back up mountains, or is this wise?
Well, there was only one way to find out, so obviously we kept driving and the hairpins just went on and on and on, which was absolute torture for me. But at least I got to make sure first gear worked.
We're 5 minutes from the Italian border. Will I make it? Check engine lights still flashing.
Is this the border now?
There's nobody in there. They're all stood behind it. We are in Italy. Success. Italia! Welcome to Italy, here's the tunnel.
I think we're in Italy now. I think that's how that works.
It turned out the border was at the top of the mountain we'd been climbing, so now it was time to head down and use gravity to our advantage.
It's really concerning looking down and seeing that light flashing constantly. I'm going to try and turn it off and on so it happens. Off. On. Okay, it's gone. It's gone for now. See how long it stays gone. I'm not using the accelerator pedal. I'm in third gear. Let's just roll. This is spectacular, by the way. Get yourself out into the Alps. As I'm proving right now, it doesn't matter what car you're in or how much power you've got, you will still have.
Did you see them Morgans?
I saw one. Was there more than one?
Yeah, there was 3 of them.
I don't know how I missed them. I was talking to the camera. I restarted my engine coming down there and my engine light's gone now, so everything's okay.
You restarted your engine and your engine light's gone?
Yeah, so we're alright now. It's fixed.
Happy days. It just didn't like going up that hill for that long.
No, it's alright though, because that's the last hill of the road trip.
Little MG struggling along on 3 cylinders, I think. And the Focus still just works. Makes a few noises, got a few squeaks and a few rattles and a few wah, 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 weird noises. But apart from that, we're all good. Still going strong. Don't know if you can hear that noise in the back.
So we struggled on around the beautiful Italian mountain roads, Bert having to endure an awful squeak and me struggling to get my car up the hills, but at least he had some sympathy.
I'm sure I'm a lot more comfortable than Rob now. I think he's having to put his foot down absolutely everywhere to get anywhere.
Little update, I am exhausted. The car's making horrible noises because of the misfire, and it's like an awful drone that's giving me a headache. And we've done about 130 miles since developing the misfire. I'm getting used to it, but it's... I would say it's not fun, but because of where we are, I'm still enjoying myself a lot. But I am annoyed with the car. But at least it's still going, that's the main thing.
That MG is just fighting along now, struggling to go. But fair play, it's still moving. It is still going. Take the autostrada to Torino.
So we made our way through Italy, seeing mostly fruit stands and possibly a prison. And then I even got to have some fun. Then once back on another mountain, we came up with a plan.
We found ourselves a little campsite to go to for the night. We haven't booked and the phone number doesn't work and they don't have a website, so we're going to turn up and see if we can stay there. And then in the morning, we're going to crack on with the mission and hunt down the bagman. And I've got a feeling he might turn up somewhere tomorrow.
We're going to a campsite now and hopefully there might be a shower, because I need a wash.
So with Bert excited for a shower and me just wanting a break from my car, we had to deeper into the mountains, which was good news for me.
I have to change down a gear. I have to change down gears a lot more than I normally would. It's very, very juddery in the low revs. Let's change down again. Steep hills are my enemy right now. Change down. My first car, Citroen Saxo, had 60 horsepower. That was faster than this is now. Much faster.
My lack of power was becoming a real issue, and there was still one really big obstacle between us and the campsite.
It really stinks. I've been climbing this hill for ages. I've been dropping it down gears and down gears. I'm in second now, doing just over 30 and it's screaming at me. I can smell something smells really bad. But the temperature gauge is fine. This is horrendous. This is horrible, man. Something smells bad.
But against all odds,
Well done, car. Oh my god, I can't believe it did that. I actually thought it was going to blow up. Something smells bad. Why would it smell bad? I know I was meant to go left. Just missed the turn.
Was it left up there?
Really steep hills we can make. There's just very hard work. Wow.
I wish I'd remembered I'd said that the next night, as you'll see. But for now, we pulled into our new home for the night.
Right, let's pitch the tents.
Let's pitch the tents, right?
Done.
Done.
Have we got a good shower?
No
This is
idea.
it.
No idea.
What's this? There's a shower in there. There's a chair in the way though. Where have you gone?
Oh, lad.
What? Are they bad? Is that the toilet? That's the toilet, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, have they not got a proper toilet? That's not good, is it? We need a proper toilet. Look at his face, says it all, doesn't it? That caravan will have a better toilet.
So we got ourselves parked up for the night.
Keep going, 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 keep stop.
Almost touching tips, and I thought it was about time I showed you around my camper setup.
Quite proud of this. So the seats are out. We are missing all the seats, minus the driver's seat. And we've got a beautiful bed with white Egyptian cotton. Oh yes. Can you guess where I got that idea? Got a Nürburgring blanket, you know, just to top it off. Fairy lights so I can see. Isn't this sick? Like, doesn't it just look super duper comfy? Bert's parked and took away my view. It's literally took the whole view away. I can see a little bit of snow up there and that's it. Nice one, Bert. Look at the see out the sunroof. No, nothing. I've got my own skylight, look, so I close it when I go to sleep. And when I wake up in the morning, I open it again. And a bit of rust falls on me every single time. What you doing? Getting your little house ready. I was just saying, telling the viewers, you've blocked my view.
Unlucky.
Have you seen, like, behind where your car is? There's an incredible view and you just parked in the way. Grazie, grazie. That's how you say thank you in Italiano. I had to ask Siri. Siri, hey Siri, how do you say thank you in Italiano? It's grazie.
So we were having a lot of fun in our little camp, and we even found a Michelin star restaurant.
This is actually a lot nicer than I expected it to be.
But then things turned a bit scary.
The car's just pulled up with blue lights on the roof. And Bert goes, "Why's the car there with blue lights?" Because he's scared of blue lights. And then 2 guys get out, dressed in red, just like on Squid Game. I think they might have even had the masks on. And then just walked into the campsite. So
They're even playing that game in there where they whack it all down, they're going to kidnap her.
yeah, they're doing it in there. I was thinking maybe we're going to get taken. If we disappear, we're on the Squid Game island.
With that to worry about, we both got a shower in freezing temperatures and went to bed.
Alright man, you up?
What?
You up?
I'm awake.
You getting up?
Yeah.
So we got ourselves ready to continue the mission, but not before talking to a dog.
Are you lovely? Yeah. Oh, I'm doing it for. Oh, you. I don't have anything for you, I'm sorry. Good dog. Really lovely.
Then we left the campsite and continued up the pass looking for where the bagman sent the photo from.
Well, we've made it to the Col del we've made it to the Col del Nivolet. It's quite a hard one to say. And it is spectacular, I'm not going to lie.
Starting to see some of the peaks of the mountains now. It's absolutely incredible. It's so beautiful.
We're out the clouds. We've just come back out the clouds.
That's amazing.
This is unbelievable. Oh my God, I should not be here, but it is. Falling in love with it again, I don't care, I've got no power. It's got me where I want to go. Drop a gear. Drop a gear. Hey Bert, do you know the expression, drop a gear, disappear? I can't do that.
I can from you. You've just dropped the gear and stayed there.
I'm gonna try and pull away, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Whenever you're ready, mate.
Yeah, I've been trying.
Just whenever you fancy it, pal, go on.
Hey, before my engine broke, I was getting away from you.
Yeah, you were, but you're not now, are you? There's snow on the ground now.
Oh crap, yeah? How are we at snow level?
It goes up steep around this bend.
Lovely. Come on, second gear. 2000 RPM, foot hard to the floor. Yesterday afternoon, we were stood in France in the sunshine and it was warm, and now a day later, we're in snow in Italy. Cars are the best. You couldn't do this without cars. You just couldn't. Motorbikes, yeah, I'll give you that. But not that you couldn't sleep on a motorbike. Look at this.
Absolutely incredible, man. It's stunning here.
I can barely keep my eyes open, it's so bright.
Keep your eyes peeled, man.
Hang on. That's that rock out the photo on the left now.
There it is, there it is. There it is, there's that rock, he must be up here.
Right, okay, keep going to the top.
So we knew we were close and he had to be up here somewhere.
It's quite busy up here, isn't it? Busy road.
Yeah, I see loads of other cars along here.
Oh no, lad, it's closed. It's closed. It's closed.
That way it was so quiet.
Why is it closed? Busted thing's very locked. Damn.
This was definitely the way. How's he done that?
I don't know, he's locked the gate on us. So we're going to have to go around another way somehow, because we can't get through.
Next time on Continental Driving Guys.
You can do 100. You can do 100. 99. Come on. Hey, he's here. He's here, like him. Oh no.
Is he in here?